Today we're talking all about Title IX as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of it coming into law. Kelly is in the green room with a special guest to learn more.
Thanks so much, John. That's right. I'm here with Mary Tess live in the green room. She's the Dean of Students at HPU and is actually serving in the role as a Title IX coordinator at HPU and joins us with all the details. Aloha.
Good morning.
All right. Now, first off, tell us, for those who don't know, what exactly is Title IX?
Right. Title IX is the first law that prohibited discrimination on the basis of sex and ensures equal access and opportunity for all students. This was applied in schools and colleges that receive federal assistance through the federal government.
Okay, and the Title IX, it's had a really big impact on higher education, especially for women. Can you talk a bit more about that?
Absolutely. So Title IX really does touch upon all aspects of education, from academics, extracurricular, athletics, and other programs. It's well documented on how athletics has been very much been grown because women have more opportunities in sports. But if we think about it, it also had allowed more women to earn university degree. That also gave them eligibility for additional support and financial aid. And of course, women were able to study what they wanted. If you think about it, even access alone in 1951, there were universities that said, you know, women need not apply. Wow. And women were only regulated perhaps to majors in studying in home economics, teaching, or nursing professions. And so when we think about the impact of being able to study now science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or being able to afford the opportunity to study and not worry about working while studying, but having financial aid to support that. It's made some tremendous movement around what people and how they can persist and get that, receive that degree.
And it's part of the reason why you and I are in the roles that we're in now. I mean, you know, it's crazy to look back, and 50 years, that's really not that long ago that these things were happening. So it's wonderful to see the leaps and bounds that have been made in terms of progress.
Yes.
But of course, there's still a lot more ways to go as well.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the recent shift, because in terms of sexual assaults on campuses, there's been more of a focus on that. Can you elaborate? Absolutely.
Right. In 2011, there has been greater focus under President Obama's administration, because we knew that undergraduate women, our statistics show that nearly 26% of undergraduate women were potential victims or would have been attempted sexual assaults, and 7% of those men. And so universities had to address this. And so in a way, Title IX really brought to light in terms of saying we need an infrastructure that allows for us to address, to educate, to train, to provide resources and support for everyone who may experience sexual violence, sexual harassment, and that's even inclusive of people who are affected by domestic violence, stalking, partner violence as well. And so what that has afforded is universities creating those opportunities so that while if something were to happen while you're at school, the schools and universities would still be able to provide resources that allows you to graduate. Now that also has provided more information around how to report these things and how universities would tackle on the grievance procedures related to sexual violence on university campuses.
Okay, good. Great that there's progress being made, because 26%, I mean, over 1 in 4, that's pretty shocking.
That is, and so I think there is a lot of encouragement, a lot of promotion. I mean, in 1972, Title IX probably had very little fanfare around this law, this very critical, important fundamental law in schools and universities. And today we're celebrating 50 years, and so there is still work to be done. I mean, I think the dedication and attention around sexual violence on university campuses and K through 12 schools is very much needed. I think think we can never educate enough people around this important topic and prevent it, because we want people to be able to have those diplomas and degrees and be successful in life, no matter what challenges and hurdles that they face during their educational experience.
Wonderful. And speaking of some of those resources, you can find more on the HPU website. They do have a Title IX section, so make sure you head on over there to get more information. But thank you so much, Mary Tess, for joining us today. All right, John, back over to you.